Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show a kind of unique team, I guess, where we're going to be using Beta in combination with Camouflage, and in this case it's going to be Gator because he's one of the only toons that I can get Camouflage on every single character on the first turn and still have Beta rush on the first turn. Now this is a very specific team and I will admit, like, it's not the best, but it's just to showcase kind of if we ever do get a camouflage toon in the future, say a camouflage leader, because we've been discussing that for a while, ever since they made the change to camouflage, where camouflage will actually prevent any secondary or tertiary damage from applying to other characters. Only the target will get the primary damage, and any type of splash, so collateral 2, waste not, payback, splash weapons like Rampage, normal splash weapons, Dylan's weapon, toons rushes as well. So if Arav were to rush a line, if both toons in that line had camouflage, he would only be able to apply damage to the one character. So again, this is just an idea, and at the moment with the way Waste Not works, it can only proc once per turn, but there was that announcement that went out saying that there would be changes eventually to it, and I'm going to guess that means Waste Not might eventually be able to kill 4 toons on Beta's rush, assuming he kills the first 2 primary targets. Now I'm going to reiterate again, this is just a test team, it's just to showcase Camouflage as well as Beta in the same video. So with Beta, I have crafted a unique weapon for him, 50% attack, bonus AP and bonus attack, and team player 4 to help boost his attack even further. On my Gator, I do have a 20% AP weapon to self. I need this for him to rush on the first turn, and I need 3 8% AP weapons. So I could have went with a yellow command toon here, but I went with Rick because he does have a bound 8% weapon. With Dr. Stevens, I had to switch to an 8% AP weapon, and with Zoo, an 8% AP weapon, along with team player 4 to also assist Beta with increasing his attack. Beta, as you see, is almost 22,000 attack points, so this is obviously quite high. There are ways to make it even higher, but for now it is definitely high enough. For argument's sake, this is the defensive team we're going to be attacking. We're adding in Shiva, a payback toon, because this will happen. You'll have a payback toon on defense, and we're going to be utilizing camouflage to help mitigate the effect of payback. Again, folks, this is a proof of concept video, just going to show how effective a camouflage ability can actually be, especially when there is a payback toon on defense. When the expected Waste Not update occurs, I think we can hope at least that Beta can kill 4 on his rush, assuming he does enough damage to kill 2 toons with his rush. Now, because he's rushing naturally, it does mean the following turn he will be able to make basic attacks so that he can gain AP again. We can see that we targeted Traitor as well as Shiva. We saw the camouflage effect go up on Gator and Zoo. Beta died, but both of those 2 characters survived. Now, Traitor was not the ideal toon for me to target, even though I had a trade advantage. Traitor has the highest defense, I think, on this defensive team. So I think the better choice would be to rush a different character. And one of those characters would be Amani, for example, because I have a 1 in 2 chance, if I kill Amani, of Waste Not going on to Traitor and being flat damage, or it could go on to Pete. Now, in this case, we can see we didn't end up triggering payback, and we're probably not going to get through this team right now. Just so much damage is being applied to Pete, and there's no way to control him. I do have an AP drain mod on some toons, but without that coming into effect, there's no way I'm going to beat that team at the moment. Again, remember, when Waste Not becomes updated, we can expect, if we can successfully kill the 2 primary targets, then Waste Not will occur on both kill shots. I think it would be a pretty interesting team to be able to create a camo attack team where Beta can go off on the first turn. I think that it would help a lot if we expect to see more payback toons in the future. Again, we only have the one being Shiva. There's some 6-star payback tunes, but a lot of those could probably be handled with a simple basic attack from Beta. We can see that Beta hits at a very high attacking value and produces a lot of damage. So he's a very effective tune to use on attack. I think there are lots of ways to make him even more effective. And I really believe that Camouflage will become Beta's best friend, just because you can't direct his attack. And if you're trying to make a turn 1 team, it becomes very difficult to control every aspect. Like, you can't have Normalize occur in the first turn to get rid of Payback on a Shiva or Bide on a Bide character. Well, at least not yet. Again, in the future, we don't really know what could happen. We could end up getting a turn 1 normalizing character, normalize as a leadership skill, normalize as an active skill, normalize on a weapon. There are so many things that could change in this game and so many things that are constantly changing in this game. And what we have to do is consistently adapt to those changes and kind of figure out good ways to counter some of these abilities. Like, I do believe that every single ability is able to be countered. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult than other times. Like I would say, Resilient is one of the most difficult things to counter, because any way you have of turning Resilient off, so normalizing it, well, you'd have to first successfully normalize it. And the character itself is resilient to the normalizability. So it's all very difficult and tricky, and I hope in the future there are better, more linear ways of dealing with some of these difficult abilities. Anyway, going back to this video, I think you guys have also seen that I have been using Zoo's Rush sometimes too, because he is able to apply camouflage to the team, to a couple characters at least, which still helps because Gator's camouflage is only 1 turn, so it's effective on that first turn, but for additional kills after, it can be quite difficult to control and to use. I would definitely say this type of team is an all or nothing team, and because so much is dependent on Beta, you definitely want to use someone like this Command Rick, who can revive on the 3rd turn, if the battle goes on that long, of course. Arguably, it would be better to run a more basic a team, I guess I would say, where you have like a Priya lead, Beta, Princess, maybe Kenny, and a command tune, for example, where on the 2nd turn you're able to normalize those tough or tricky tunes and then rush Beta. There are just so many ways you could adapt around defensive teams, and it's all about finding your flow and your style. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video. I hope you guys found it helpful and informative. And let me know in the comment section below what you think of this strategy.